and I declare on 3 every spirit of witchcraft, all must go now.
Yeah, I was involved in witchcraft. Actually opened up a witchcraft shop, and I learned everything. I started in New Age. I completely lost myself because at that time I believed that every thought that I had was mine. Before I lost control of my body, I remember I just started smiling and laughing at evil things, and I thought that was me. And then I finally lost complete control. They just started like touching my body, and they were like, oh wow, they're speaking through me like, oh, we did it. And it was so many of them, and I was seeing so many visions of hell, and they were telling me this is where you're going, and they were saying that I was gonna die. And the people around me, they thought it was just mental illness. They thought I was having seizures. You know, I couldn't look at crosses. I couldn't look at anything related to Jesus. Like, they would just turn my eyes. I couldn't go near a church. It felt like my skin was burning. I actually went to 2 different deliverance ministers, and the demons, they were just mocking and laughing at them the whole time. When I left the same way because the anointing was not there. And then finally, he led me to 5F Church, and one of her videos popped up, and instantly they were not happy. They were moving my neck, you know, my body to make it painful. And I was like, okay, I need to go there. So I was coming to the front, you know, where everyone's greeting us. My body is just boom, boom. It was so like supernatural what was happening. As soon as worship started, like they knew the anointing was here. I could feel it because on the way here, it was like not like the last time where they were mocking. It was like they knew the anointing's here. They were singing, the music started, and I felt one of them take over, and I fell to my knees, but it was like he fell in defeat, and he just yelled, no! Like, I remember it so vividly. It was just pure defeat. Like, he knew the power of Jesus was here, and he was going down. At that point, they were just speaking out at me in like these demonic tongues and everything, and after that, I blacked out. The presence of Jesus just came like a warmth over me, and I fell to my knees, and I saw your eyes. It was the glow and the love of Jesus. I received so many layers that day. I came back in person. Yeah, they were manifesting the same way, but this time I had more awareness because I knew that so many had left for that first one, that this time I felt like I could see more, I could hear more of what was going on. I was manifesting during the sermon. More deliverance was happening, and at that point, I could feel their emotions. I could hear some stuff that they were saying, these vile things. The presence of God was so heavy. It was so beautiful. When you were like, I released this anointing, that's really important to mention, just how powerful the anointing is. It was literally like an explosion of white light, and they were like, I could hear them saying like it burns, like they were being burnt, and like they were literally burning, they were being scorched. That's how powerful the anointing is. You know, renouncing was so important. That's why the book is so powerful. Like, you know, you mentioned everything in the book. The renouncing was a big key because I was so deep in the occult. You know, I had made like covenants and oaths and things that I had to renounce. And that was like what they were holding on to really tightly. And as soon as I renounced, they had no choice but to go.